Welcome back. This is the second part of our course, and we are still going through some of the basic stuffs in this video as well. So, guys, there is a composer.json file in your root directory. So, if you open this composer.json file, it gives you like some of the information, like the version of Laravel you're using, right, and some of the dependencies, some of the packages that you might have installed with a composer install command, right? So these are the packages that comes when you install the first Laravel. So, and all the packages will be within the vendor folder. Okay, so this is the thing that you do with a composer command. And for the front end stuff, like when you have to install some package, npm package, then you'll get all the information of install package within this package.json. Okay, so for front end we just use npm install and the name of the packages. Okay, so here is a one important folder that I have to show you, that is the database folder. And database, if you click here, you'll see like factories, migrations, and the serial folder. So let's go to the migration first. So by default, Laravel gives you 4 migration files. So this is the use table, and it comes with some of these fields: name, email verified, passport, and we have also the timestamps. Okay, so timestamps will give you created at and updated at date. So we'll see this later. I will run the migration. Okay, and we have see this, which is the passport, and this is the this is related to QE and jobs. So I'll talk about this in my upcoming videos. Okay, so and we have also like some personalized token. So don't worry about this for now. Just the important thing is like we have to understand about the user table, because we're going to make migration and we'll see like what column we'll have in our table. Okay, so we have database. In the previous video we did a connection, right, database connection. So we'll go through it. We'll make a migration file. We'll make models and controller. So we'll do that. So, and okay, so I think it's time to make a controller. So before making a controller, let's go with some of the commands. So if you open your terminal and if you type php artisan, then you'll see the list of commands. So php artisan. Okay, so it will show you all the command. So let's scroll up and let's go with the sum of the command. We are not going to use all the command, but some of the command. So we'll use a migrate to run the database migration. So first we'll make the migration file, and we'll specify the name of the field. We'll specify like what the field should be, like whether it should be string or it should be id or text, stuff like that. And then we'll run the migration file with the command php and migrate, and this will be like shown here, okay, under our database name. So we'll go through it. So let's scroll a little bit down, and if you like go here in a make command, so here's the make command. So if you write php and make controller and then name of controller, so it will create the name of controller. Likewise, if you write like php and make colon model and name of model, so it will create the name of model. Okay, and likewise you can also create a migration file. So another folder we have here is the factories folder. So factories folders are factories can be useful when you want to create some fake data. Okay, so it uses the faker library. You can google it. It's the php faker library. So when you want to create a fake data, insert a fake data into your database for showing a demo purpose to your client or for whatever reason, okay, so you can create a fake data. So if you do in this way, then you don't have to submit all the data through your form in order to create a fake data in your database. And finally, once this fake data is created, we just link our file here, and then we'll write a php artisan db sheet, and this db sheet will just seed all the data into your database. So this will insert the data here. So for now, let's go with the basic routing, and let's make a controller as well. Okay, so let me remove this. So let's make the first controller. So php artisan make controller. So this was the command. So make and then colon controller, and let's give the name of controller. So I want to give the name as a test controller. and this controller will be created under the app http controller and test controller under the controllers folder. So let's go here in our root directory. Let's go to the app. This is the app, and now you have to go to expand the app, and here the http controller, and then we have test controller. Now before we define a method here, let's make a route in web.php. Okay, so let's go to web.php, and I'll close this one. Let's return simple thing. Okay, so let's make a get route. So we'll make a get route get. So as you can see here, it's using closure. Okay, it's using closure, but here we'll just specify our controller name. So let's give the name as users, and it will list the list of users. Okay, something like that, and then we'll make this to a sort of array, and then we'll give a name of our controllers, which is test controller, test controller controller class, and then we'll specify the method that we want to create in the test controller. So we want to make method as an index. Okay, and you have to now import this namespace. So in that on top, if you scroll here, so my VS Code has automatically imported this. So if it does not work in your case, then you have to manually write this. So test controller is in the controllers folder. So as you can see, it's in the app, and then we have http, and then we have controller. So app, http, controller, and the name of controller. Okay, so it's imported here. So now let's save this, and let's go to the test controller, and let's create a method named called index. So let's go here and let's create the index, and public here function index, and let's return something. So return hello. Okay, or let's say list of users. Now whenever you hit this endpoint which is users, it should return list of users, right? So let's go here and let's give a try. So I'll write users, and as you can see, it's showing list of users. Right, now let's return a view. Instead of returning list of user, we'll just write return view. So view is the helper, and so we should create view within the resources views folder. So we have a resources views, we can create here views. Okay, so I want to create a folder first. Let's say user will be my folder, and then I can give any name of the file. So index.blade.php will be my file. So this, the last part will be always the file name. Okay, so before index.blade.php, we should create user. So let's make the user folder. So this will be the user folder, and we'll make file name as index.blade.php, and we'll write just index, or you can write anything here. So important thing is that we'll not specify here as an index.blade.php. Okay, we just write index, name of the file, and our index file is within the user folder. In resources views, we have user folder here. Now whenever we go to the same route users, it should return this file. We should show us index. So let's refresh, and as you can see, we have now index. So now I want to show you how to make a migration. So let's make a model and the migration. Currently we have only one model, which is the user model that Laravel gives by default when you install the first version of Laravel. So now let's run another command, and let's make one table. Okay, just for testing purpose. So PHP addition make, and then we'll write model, and I want to make name of model as a contact. So name of model should be always singular. Okay, it should not be plural. However, the table name will be always plural. So along with the model, I can pass the flag -m. So -m will create a migration file along with the model. Okay, so PHP addition make model. If you write something like this, PHP addition make model contact, it will just create a model. But if you write -m, it will create a migration file also within the database within the migration. So let's see this. So hit the enter and see it has created a model within the model folders, and it has also created this migration file within the migrations. So this is our model. Okay, and if we go here now, we have one more file which is the contacts here, and now we can just let's make a simple one. So let's keep string, and we want to write a name, just one. Okay, and now we'll do the migration. We'll run the migration. So let's run the migration. So to run the migration, you can write a PHP antition migrate. So this will create the migration, and as you can see, it has created a table. And if you go and if you give a refresh, you should see all these tables. Okay, yeah, great. So before wrapping up this video, guys, let's remove all these things and let's keep as it was before. So I want to remove all this because we are not going to use this anymore. This was to just show you demo how to return a view. Okay, so I'll just remove this test control also, and now I'll see you guys in the next video.